Good morning, dear children. I am going to ask a simple questions. Can you answer? When did India get independence? India became a free country on 15th August 1947. When do we celebrate Republic Day? We celebrate Republic Day every year on 26th January. Why do we celebrate Republic Day on every 26th of January? Since the Constitution of India came into existence on 26th January 1950. What do you mean by Constitution? Well, dear students, I am going to give you a complete detail about our Constitution from the lesson Our Constitution. In this chapter, you are going to learn the Constituent Assembly of Constitution, the Constitution Drafting Committee and Framing of Constitution, the Preamble to the Constitution, the salient features of the Constitution, the fundamental rights, duties and directive principles of state policy. Our Constitution. As I already told you, India became an independent country on 15th August 1947. As it became a free country, it came across various problems. One of them is rehabilitating the refugees who migrated from Pakistan. What do you understand by this? As soon as India became free country, it got divided into two parts, Pakistan and India. Indians, especially Hindus who are living in Pakistan, started coming from Pakistan to India. As they come, the government had to provide shelter, food, water, clothing, and so on. It became a big problem to India since it got independent at that time. You can see the people here crowded and they are being provided basic needs in the image. The next problem was merger of the princely states. There were various states which were not yet free from the other rulers. For example, Hyderabad, Karnataka was ruled by Nizams of Hyderabad. Some kings were ruling Jammu and Kashmir, and some states were in confusion whether to join the Union of India or to be free from them. At such a situation, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, took a huge army, went around the India and merged all the princely states. Maintenance of law and order. In order to maintain the law and order, they wrote a constitution. I already explained you about the problem of refugees, merger of princely states, and stable law. In order to provide stable law, the constitution has come into existence. What do you mean by constitution? Constitution is a set of rules and regulations guiding the administration of a state. It's a set of rules and regulations which guides the administration of the state. That is known as constitution. You can see it here. Constituent Assembly. The recommendations of the Motilal Nehru Committee and the decisions taken by the meeting of the National Congress at Karachi in 1939 emphasized the need for the formation of a constituent assembly. The Cabinet Commission 1946. Cabinet Commission. Lord Pethick Lawrence, Secretary of Indian Affairs. Sir Stafford Cripps, President of the Board of Trade. As per the recommendations of the Cabinet Commission, a constituent assembly with the Indian members was formed in the year 1946. So this is the committee, Constituent Assembly. The assembly had 389 members. How many members does the assembly had? 389. With the partition of India, as I told you, India got divided into two parts in the year 1947. Therefore, the total number came down to 299. There were 7 members from Mysore princely states, our Karnataka. The Constituent Assembly. The first meeting of the new Constituent Assembly was held on 9th December 1946. Temporary chairman was Sachidananda Sinha, who was the temporary chairman of this Constituent Assembly, Sachidananda Sinha. There will be a question, when did the first Constituent Assembly held? The first Constituent Assembly was held on 9th December 1946. The next meeting on 11th December 1946 under the chairmanship of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. You can see him. He is the first president of India. Who was the first president of India? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. The first meeting of the new Constituent Assembly. December 9, 1946. The President Sachidananda Sinha, a temporary chairman. The second meeting was December 11th in the year 1946. The President of this Assembly was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Vice President was T.T. Krishnamachari. Members: Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India; Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the first Home Minister of India; Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the first Law Minister of India; Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, the first Education Minister of India; C. Gopalachari, the first Governor General of India; K. Munshi, T.T. Krishnamachari, Srimati Sarojini Naidu, the Nightingale of India; Srimati Sucheta Kripalani, S. Nijalingappa, K.C. Reddy, Kengal Hanumanthayya, Tekur Subramaniam. These were the members of the first Constituent Assembly. T.T. Krishnamachari, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Srimati Sucheta Kripalani, Srimati Sarojini Naidu, Kengal Hanumanthayya, C. Gopalachari, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, K. M. Munshi, K. C. Reddy. These were the various people. Drafting Committee. The Constituent Assembly formed 22 committees and 5 subcommittees to examine in detail all the issues related to the country. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of one of the most important committee, that is the drafting committee. Based on his contribution to the framing of the constitution, he is called as the chief architect of Indian constitution. Who is the chief architect of Indian constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is the chief architect of Indian constitution. You can see Dr. B.R. Ambedkar here. The chairman Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the chief. Who are the members of this drafting committee? N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar, Aladi Krishnaswamy Iyer. Please write down this. K. Munshi T.T. Krishnamachari. Ambedkar with the members of the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly, among them N. Madhav Rao, Syed Muhammad Sadaullah, Aladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, and the constitutional advisor Bengal Narsingh Rao. Please understand about the framing of constitution. 145 days meeting discussion took place. So how many years, how many days it took to frame constitution? 2 years, 11 months, 18 days. It got approved on November 26, 1949. It came into existence on January 26, 1950. Therefore, this day is celebrated as the Republic Day. Why they have chosen January 26th as the Constitution Day? The demand for Purna Swaraj, the total freedom for India, was adopted at the Lahore session, which took place on 26th January. During these discussions, various laws enacted by the British government in 1909, 1919 and 1935, the British parliamentary system, the American Bill of Rights, the social directive policies of Ireland were studied, and some elements of these were incorporated. The preamble to the Constitution. Preamble is a very important aspect in a constitution. It's an introductory part of constitution. It is also called the jewel of the constitution. The preamble is called the jewel of the constitution. It also known as political horoscope by K.M. Munshi. The preamble contains the fundamental policies and ideals of the constitution. It is the sum of the structure, values, principles, and goals of the Constitution. It is based on the aspirations and ideals of the people of India. The preamble is a part of the objective resolution put forward by Jawaharlal Nehru on December 13, 1946 and approved by the Constituent Assembly. What does preamble say? We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. The third para says, in our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. What are the main factors of preamble? We, the Indian citizens, framed by Indians. We, the Indian citizens, are Indians, sovereign, not under the control of any other country. What do you mean by sovereign? Not under the control of any other country. We are free from the clutches of other countries and not part of any bloc. There were two blocs, USA and USSR. After the World War II, they formed UNO. After that, they arose two groups, powerful groups or powerful blocs. They are USA and USSR. It has its own foreign policies, Indian foreign policy, non-alignment policy. Not joining any bloc is called non-aligned policy. 5-year plans by implementing which the country has achieved internal and external autonomy. We faced a lot of problems. Even still we are facing poverty, illiteracy and various other problems. These problems are being solved through these 5-year plans. Socialist incorporated in the constitution through the 42nd amendment done in the year 1976. The word socialist and secular was not added in our constitution. These two words are added to our constitution after amending or rectifying the constitution. Constitution can be amended any time and any number of time. So the 42nd amendment done in the year 1976 added socialist and secularist to the constitution. The goal of our constitution is to create social equality and promote welfare. You know, there were a lot of problems like social problems like untouchability. People must not, low caste people must not touch the high caste people. And sati system. A woman, though young and energetic to live after the death of her husband, she has to offer herself in the fire. These are problems for them. But this socialist says that we are all equal. Everybody must be treated equally. To enable this, directive principles of state policy have been incorporated. This principle called directive principles of state policy is borrowed from Irish constitution. Which constitution? Irish constitution. Through this amendment, land reforms and other progressive economic reforms were introduced. Secular, as I already told you, it is also incorporated in Indian constitution through the 42nd amendment in the year 1976. What is this secular say? Secularism is nothing but no religion has been given the status of national religion. Which is our national religion? We have no national religion. Anybody can follow any religion that he or she wishes. There is no derogation. That is called secularism. Every religion must be respected under our constitution. Citizens have the liberty to practice any religion they desire, as I told you. All religions have equal status in India. Democratic Republic. The problems are solved through discussion in democratic republic country. The problems will be solved through discussions. Elections are held every 5 years. Every 5 years we conduct election. The election commissioner will in charge to conduct. Selection of president through election. The president of our country. Who is the president of our country at present? Ramnath Kovind. He will be elected through the election. Well, dear students, the salient features of our constitution will be studied in the next class.